Okay, it is 6:17 p.m. We'll call to order our Planning Commission meeting of May 24th. Can we get a roll call, please?
Commissioner Isiano,
Here.
Commissioner Fajardo,
Present.
Commissioner Lopez,
Present.
and Vice Chairperson Franz and Chairperson Rodriguez Ceja are absent.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Fajardo, would you please be so kind to lead us in our pledge?
Everybody please rise. I pledge allegiance.
Recording in
to the flag
progress.
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Jessica, do we have any public comments for items not on the agenda today?
There are none.
Okay, there are none. We will go ahead and move on to Section 4, our first study session item. We have a project consultation for Waterfly Express Car Wash. Staff.
Good evening. My name is Kendra Reeve, Principal Planner. Tonight I'm going to be presenting the Waterfly Express Car Wash project consultation. The project is proposing to construct a new automated tunnel car wash with free vacuum stall amenities for customers to utilize upon the exit of the tunnel. The proposed project has a general plan land use designation of mixed-use neighborhood. The mixed-use neighborhood land use designation provides moderate to higher intensity neighborhood development that features a variety of multifamily housing choices and limited neighborhood serving commercial uses in a walkable environment. The mixed-use neighborhood allows for commercial development along major streets and adjacent to a neighborhood center that include but are not limited to uses such as retail, office, entertainment, and general commercial. The proposed project is consistent with the City of Indio General Plan Update land use designation. The proposed project falls under the newly adopted Highway 111 Corridor Specific Plan. The project site is located in Sub-Area 12 of the specific plan and has the zoning designation of mixed-use corridor. The MUC zone is intended to implement the vision for Highway 111 to evolve into a mixed-use central boulevard characterized by strong urban buildings with active ground floor uses and frontages that provide services and amenities to the adjacent neighborhoods, and inject the corridor with daily human activity and establish a clear and attractive identity for the corridor with daily human activity. Because such development patterns and intensities may not be supported by the development market in the near term, the MUC zone also includes provisions and exceptions for limited uses, specifically non-residential uses that provide neighborhood-serving amenities and activities along the corridor, but in forms and patterns that are notably less urban than the desired long-term outcomes that could become more feasible as the corridor evolves over time. Limited uses in the MUC include, but are not limited to, auto and vehicle rentals, fueling stations, auto vehicle washing and detailing, and all drive-through uses. Therefore, the project is considered a limited use. The project is also located in the master plan design overlay and would require a master plan development permit. The project is required to obtain a recommendation for approval to the City Council for the approval of a conditional use permit and planning review permit for the car wash. The project must also complete an environmental review that is compliant with the California Environmental Quality Act. I'm available for questions if you have any, and the applicant is also in attendance as well.
Any questions of staff, commissioners?
Yeah, I do real quick. I'm just trying to get a bearing on the location. That's off of Madison, and what's the nearest cross street?
Sorry, I'll go back to that slide.
Is that 111?
Yes.
Right, and that's from Staters Brothers, Mathis Brothers?
Yes,
Okay,
it's
thank
directly
you.
across the street from Mathis Brothers.
Copy that.
Yeah.
Couldn't make it out of the map, so forgive me.
I don't have any other questions for staff. We could hear from the applicant. we'll open the public hearing and hear from the applicant, please. Hello.
Good evening. Thank you all. My name is Bob Pullman, 22145 Baltar Street, Canoga Park, California. And I'm here this evening representing the applicant Waterfly Car Wash, who's also in the room. As you pointed out, thank you very much, Kendra. Fantastic job presenting. We are here to ask for feedback on our proposed project for an express tunnel car wash along the Highway 111 corridor, within the mixed-use corridor specifically. Interesting to note from the staff report, a couple highlights just to point out for the express tunnel model. We do thankfully have daily human activity on the site every day, thanks to the nature of our business, checking that box. It's a ground floor use, single-story use across the board, and it is providing what we believe is a necessary service and amenity for the community for both single and multifamily residents to have somewhere to clean and maintain their vehicles. And then last but not least, an attractive identity, as you saw in some of the elevations. My own unsolicited 2 cents here is that is a very expensive and very well-designed car wash that the applicant specifically is going above and beyond to show that they have a great building and really want to be a neighbor and a partner in the community long-term as local family-owned operators and businessmen, not a corporation. So with that, appreciate all comments, feedback, and input, and thank you all for your time. Oh, yes, I didn't know if you had it or not, so I didn't want to presume. I'm sorry, I'll go through this. Oh, fantastic, thank you. That way if I move around. So again, Waterfly Car Wash is a privately based company based out of Sacramento, California. I have the owners Trevor and Bill here with me this evening. They currently own and operate 2 locations in that area with a 3rd under construction in El Centro. Waterfly uses the latest state-of-the-art car wash equipment and technology to ensure that they not only provide their customers with a premium wash, but also to address environmental concerns such as water usage and reclamation, clean energy, and of course environmentally friendly chemicals to clean the vehicles. Their car wash operations, again, as seasoned operators, they're fully automated tunnels with the latest equipment and technology to conserve energy, water, and properly clean the vehicles. The facilities also offer free vacuums for the customers to clean for the use of their vehicles. The car wash typical hours are from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., 7 days a week. Waterfly often looks to employ local residents to operate the wash, to maintain that local presence, and most importantly, to always have people on site, 3 to 8 at a time, depending on the time of day and the needs of staff. Staff are fully trained in traffic management and safety controls. Not only is safety, but guest experience and the overall neighborhood experience is very important to the business and to the brand. And then obviously the site is always properly cleaned and maintained to ensure that both interior and exteriors are providing that look for the brand and the community. What they offer the community, they have a frequent flyer pass where you can have unlimited washes for a period of time for a monthly subscription. They're, again, as we mentioned, a California-based company, local, offering those opportunities for organizations. They're not, just to point out, as I'm sure you've seen a lot of car wash folks come through, they're not large private equity corporation backed, which I'm sure you can appreciate along the way. And then again, providing residents with a clean and safe place to wash their vehicle. I think this is something to really drive home, is that as all communities look to diversify and add more mixed use, there will always be a need for folks to have a location to wash their vehicle, especially when in a mixed-use style residence where they don't allow it on site. So allowing a clean, safe, and maintained property location that also does it in an environmentally friendly and efficient manner, we feel is great for the community. So again, to highlight some of the photos or renderings of the building, the team here has gone what we feel is as much as we can above and beyond, but we're open to feedback. If you tell us you want something different, that's another reason we're here this evening. But large building with access off of Highway 111, direct egress into the pay stations, a very significant amount of stacking space to ensure that there's plenty of vehicle stacking while also not interrupting Highway 111. The misconception with car washes is that the tunnel controls the speed of the vehicles going through, and typically, unfortunately, it's the point of sale that becomes the ultimate driving factor of the overall stack because of inefficiencies of humans. As you can see, once making the turn, you go right in the tunnel. From there, you have the option to exit back out onto Highway 111 or utilize the free vacuums. Worked very diligently with Kendra and her staff throughout this entire process and have worked to address any fire access concerns or any other items that we were able to control within our site plan. Again, another look of the building here, not your typical four walls with just some stucco on it, and signage, a significant amount of glazing and architectural features and elements to help add a curb appeal to it and really hopefully drive that urban and new image that the city and the community are looking as they continue to develop out the corridor. Another view of that as well. Purposely, strategically built the site in a way, and I'm sorry to back up here, that all noise, any potential noise or operations are to the far side of the property adjacent to the canal there to provide the least amount of impact to any neighbors, being very conscious of that as well. A view of the entrance into the tunnel, desert escape landscaping, water efficiencies, adequate number of parking stalls, canopies over vacs to avoid sun on the customers, et cetera. Again, full glazing side there to really give you that pop of a new and urban building. And then obviously the more generic site plan there showing the full stack of, I believe it was 28 cars, 27 cars, excuse me, if I count that correctly. So another view over here, adequate landscaping, buffers all around to ensure, again, least amount of noise, light, and any other type of impacts on surrounding neighbors. And then quickly just to show examples of existing waterfly washes. Again, here meant to demonstrate very clean, well-organized, well-maintained brand that we hope to be a long staple in this community going forward. So with that, thank you as well, Kendra, and thank you for your time. Open for your feedback. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Commissioners, any feedback, any questions?
Yeah, I just had a quick question, and thank you for the presentation. Do you mind going back to the slide that shows the ingress from 111? There's kind of I think it was a 3-slide. There you go. Let's see. Keep going there.
Yeah,
I was just curious to know the left turn into the car wash if you're traveling westbound on 111.
There is not a median there, so that would be open today.
Okay.
If there was a need or a need to restrict that, that's obviously a discussion to have. But we purposely work to build the access in a way to minimize that impact and avoid any impact of surrounding driveways amongst the neighbors on all sides.
Yeah, I appreciate the concept with the stacking too. Looks like you went deep enough to be able to say you accommodate how many vehicles approximately? 26, you said? I think it was?
It's actually 36.
36.
All right, I undershot that
Okay.
at the pay station. And then obviously the stack through the pay station adds another 15 or so. Yes, correct. So collectively close to 50 cars between the backup curb at the starting point through the end of the tunnel.
And how many, I'm just trying to count them, but how many of the vacuum stall areas do you have there? 25?
Yes, sir. Correct.
Thank you. Well, that was it. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Quick question on the pay stations. Those are not manned, correct? You said that they will be,
They are automated. However, as a part of operations, there is a team member who typically would float and maintain those pay stations
Okay.
from both the member side of it, but then to support.
so members will have will it be like reading their license plate or like RFD sticker type?
Yes, sir.
thing?
It's a license plate reader.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I do like the landscape plan. It's very nice. We like the date palms.
I agree. And also the architecture. Appreciate that. It's very reminiscent of the 60s era out here. And it looks like one of my old employment areas, Indio High School's architecture.
Thank you.
So very mid-century modern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Quick question, so this is going, I'm trying to, again, kind of visualize this. This is going where the strawberry stand is at, or is that something a little different? On the corner of Madison and 111?
There's like a flooring store next to it, I noticed. Yeah,
I didn't see the
It's
stand.
across,
Side of the canal.
it's across from Mathis Brothers.
Okay,
So it's
From-
Clinton
from
and
the-
111. It's not
the
Madison.
Mathis Brothers Wholesale.
got it,
Side.
okay.
It's yeah.
So I guess the Madison kind of threw me off a little bit, okay.
Yeah.
By the old
basically the canal and
Suzuki,
111.
kind of by the Suzuki?
Yeah.
Gotcha,
Yes,
okay.
I think it shows that there's still a couple lots on that side as well between that and the irrigation supply and the Suzuki.
Yeah, 'cause you're butting up right against the canal, right?
Correct, yeah, we butt up to that easement, yes, sir.
Got it. I think
Okay.
that was my only question.
I'm gonna have my presentation come back up that has the not so great map to hopefully still try to provide some context on the location. And then to also let you know, the neighboring property to their project site has submitted an application for planning review, and it is for an affordable housing development. So their parcel is the one outlined in black, and that kind of backwards L-shaped parcel is going to be an affordable housing project. Does have a link? I don't think the lasers work on the screen.
So it's the L shape coming off of 111, right?
It's gonna be this parcel here is the affordable housing project,
Got it,
and this
yeah.
is their parcel.
Got it, okay. So the stand I was talking about is to the far left of this, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I hope we're not relocating a strawberry stand as a part of it.
And there's nothing, where it's directly against the canal, correct? Okay. Well, if there's no other questions or
I
comments,
guess
do you have any?
If I will, I'll be upfront, because you did bring up the point of the development, and so we have been in contact with that developer. At one point, there was a discussion about working to share access off of 111 to limit the number of driveways. They have been great about communicating with us. They were not interested in entertaining that option due to how far they are with their plans. And so as a part of our efforts to redesign and want to be in this community, we've worked to maximize the separation between driveways, to avoid any type of clutter or confusion there. I shouldn't say clutter, excuse me, any type of congestion there. We purposely designed the site, as I showed earlier, in a way to be as far from those neighbors as physically possible with any related activities. And I do believe I could say that we have full support of the neighboring project for our project, as long as we're not asked to collectively share a driveway.
Are there any walls
The-
being put up? I didn't see around the perimeter, the
I believe there was a
rear
black wall
perimeter?
proposed around the
Okay.
perimeter, yes, as well as the intense landscape buffer. to your
Okay,
point.
The driveway curb cut situation is something that the city engineer and Public Works will issue as conditions of approval if they see fit to have the project's condition to have shared access. That's a condition that Public Works will make. So unfortunately, at this time, we're not able to state one way or the other what's gonna kind of come out of that situation.
is that just based on their traffic studies and?
It's based on traffic studies. It's also, they have certain standards for driveways and how close they can be to one another, because they don't want to have multiple curb cuts on Highway 111, because that could increase accidents, things like that. It's also something that council has stated that they want to limit, is the amount of curb cuts on 111. So that's something that our city engineer is looking into and working through with these two projects.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much for sharing your project with us, and we'll see more down the road.
Thank you.
Okay, short one today. Any additional commissioner comments regarding anything?
No, sir.
No? Okay, Kendra, any staff items? Public comment? Okay.
So it looks like there's a public comment. I have a user, Samsung is the name that's showing. I'm gonna go ahead and allow you to talk.
Hi. Yes, my name is Alex, and I actually had my hand raised for non-agenda public comment too. So I'm not sure why I did not get called, but the so if you can give me my time back for that, that would be appreciated. But in terms of this project, um, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and support this project, but I do wish that it wasn't right in the entrance of Indio because it's not the prettiest thing. I mean, even though the building is nice, just a car wash in general is not the best thing you see first thing when you enter our city, especially if we're trying to beautify it with a beautification program called Indio Lindo. And also the trees that are right by the sidewalk, I wish it provided more shade instead of palm trees because walking by, I mean, we're not we need more trees and our tree equity is not good here in Indio and it's about to be the hottest summer that Indio has ever had. So if if they maintain these landscapes at least, that would be nice because every other project where they have landscaping, it dies and they don't maintain it. That's like everywhere. You can see that all over India. So as long as they keep that promise, that would be nice. So please and thank you. And I would like my public comment time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Does he give us public comment?
oh,
I think in general.
Yeah, Commissioner Fajardo, this is Assistant City Attorney Lauren Sanchez. You can provide the speaker with an additional 3 minutes to speak on non-agendized items. I think the issue had to do with the technology Jessica was asking in the chat, but I don't think the speaker could see the chat. So we could provide him with that time right now.
okay. Then we'll go ahead and give him his 3 minutes to speak on the items not on the agenda.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. And I did want to say the chat is actually disabled, so I'm not allowed to reply at all, but I did see it. So if it can be enabled to chat, that would be nice, please. So my name is Alex, and I wanted to ask you guys to just please be more careful in the stuff that you keep approving, because it's been made clear that we don't really serve the people. You just serve corporations. But I still have to speak out against this because it's especially ironic how Indio calls itself the city of sustainability, yet you keep approving all these gas stations, huge parking lots that sit empty, and projects with drive-through features. The idling from the drive-through is causing the surrounding area to get hotter than it already is, which is the leading cause of climate change in the world in the first place. Not to mention the air quality coming from the cars for the people. So please stop approving this type of infrastructure that you continue to allow. You just approved a tower market with a huge, huge blacktop that is the largest of any gas station I've ever seen, actually. And it also makes the temperatures rise. So we approved that not once, but twice. Did you guys not see how huge the blacktop was going to be? Or did you not bother asking and checking the dimensions of the project? I mean, please go see the blacktop for yourself. Everywhere you look in Indio, there's a huge parking lot that's just empty. You continue to approve them with a minimum amount of spots when we should have a maximum amount of parking spots instead. And you continue to cater to the deadly auto industry. This car-oriented infrastructure is deadly in so many ways and it needs to stop. I urge you to please actually go green and be sustainable. What you are doing is affecting people's lives in many ways. With all the gas stations you approved, the air quality is so bad and there are dangerous chemicals that leak onto the surrounding houses, causing families with children to get lung, brain, and kidney damage. How can you go on as if nothing, knowing that you approved this? Are you not supposed to decline projects that are a bad idea and harm the public health, especially in a climate crisis, perhaps? Or is your job to just let all these corporations trample on us? Think about how the choices you make really affect our lives. Climate action is long overdue. Please make change today. You can make it change right now. And we are in a climate emergency. The Indio beautification program, Indio Lindo, does nothing to change the look of our city and add trees or anything. It's just about picking up trash, which we already have to do. So I yield my time. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments, sir. Okay, close the public hearing and move on to staff items.
There are no staff items.
Okay, we will adjourn to next planning meeting Wednesday, June 14th, 2023. Thank you.